Hello everyone, it's me Marie Marites or Tess. How are you and how is your 2024 going? I know this is still the first part of January and I have something to tell you. I know this is gonna be personal for me, but I just want to share with you my journey. I am 4 decades old, but you can just guess the extra digits. That's your clue. I am 4 decades old. But you know what? As I get older, I feel like I need to do something better. I know coming to the US, it's a big change for me. It's not like the life in the Philippines was the best. I couldn't say that it was the best, and I couldn't say that it was bad either. There was stress when I was still in the Philippines, and here coming in the US, there are new sets of stress. Of course, coming here, I got married and got children, and there's just so many things that are draining me physically, emotionally, and ultimately including spiritually. But as the years go on, as the years went by, I know I need to do something. Emotion, our thoughts, what we think really does affect what we do, what we think, and how we are as a person, and our health. It affects our health. I have 3 kids, and I could say that over the years of being a mom, a hands-on mom, that I can feel that my energy is like really going down. It shouldn't be. Our body is designed to heal itself, but I feel like I have done so many things that are not ideal. I am just barely doing the minimal every day. Like I have gotten used to it. It's because I either get sidetracked, got distracted, and priorities are different. And so with other things related to kids and just living in general, having a garden and being a wife, and I have to deal with my personal and emotional space as well. I can't say that, I need to give time for myself, but I am guilty because, as it's been said, that when the kids are resting, I should be resting too. But what happens is that when the kids are in bed, this is the one that I'm really working hard this 2024 with God's help that I can overcome, because I used to waking up super early for 3 or 4 years working online. So my body clock has been geared toward going to bed, waking up early, and having little ones to tuck into bed and preparation and all. It makes my body get used to, oh, okay, it's quiet now, I had to do more, I had to clean up more. And so going to bed, and then now that I'm no longer working online and waking up early like 4 or 5 a.m., my body has gotten used to it. So the tendency is I fall back on, okay, still going to bed a little later, much later than the kids are, and waking up later, because if your body is not getting the enough rest, then you by default you will stay in bed longer, which is not good, and which defeats the purpose of, okay, you need to be exercising, you need to be getting some sunshine, which here in North America you can only get lots of sunshine in the summertime. In wintertime, you really have to make an effort just to get outside even though it's cold. So this 2024, I want to make changes, consciously make the habit of, you know, being intentional. I want to make this year 2024 to make a drastic change, I would say, but it's not really a drastic change, but it's a consistent change for me, slowly but surely. I have been doing, so far I haven't sidetracked, but except for one thing, I still have gotten to bed late. So I'm working on that with, it's just extra effort to do some things that will make things better at night so that I can be relaxed and sleep. Because see, if I don't go to bed early enough, and then insomnia kick in, and it'll be difficult for me to go to bed. This year I want to focus on 8 habits, the 8 habits that are fairly easy for most of us to follow. The 8 laws of health, I want to make sure that I am following it. I know the principle, but it's the application of these 8 laws of health that I want to make it a habit, not only this month of January, but throughout the year of 2024 and beyond, and make it a habit. I want it to be ingrained in my mind. Yes, I am a vegetarian. I eat good food, nutrition. There's a lot of veggies, but I'm guilty. Sometimes I eat bad foods too, fast food. So things that can be processed or highly, that we need to eat balanced food. So the 8 laws of health, that I want to make it a habit, like consciously think about these things, because these are the foundation of a healthy mind and soul. First is nutrition. I want to be mindful of my nutrition. I already started doing less carbohydrate, more protein, more legumes, more of that. I am vegetarian, but I need to incorporate more of the varieties, less of the rice. I'm not a bread eater, so it's not an issue to me. So I'm not a wheat eater either. So if you're eating a lot of wheat and regular bread, I suggest you replace it with something that is better and easy to digest in our stomach. So nutrition, I want to be more mindful of my nutrition. Next is E. So E is exercise. NEWSTART, New Start. I'm working on New Start, implementing it in my life, not only in January, but throughout the year. New Start is the way to a healthy, it's a way to healthy body, mind, and soul. Nutrition, exercise. Today, I just finished my exercise, even though it's cold outside. I'm outside right now. I was doing my stretching. A body that is well oxygenated, it helps your immune system, it helps your mood, it helps the cells of your body moving, it helps your blood. And because of a stagnant blood, it will cause a lot of disease. So keep moving, guys. Keep moving, friends. Whatever you're doing, keep moving. Be intentional in your exercise. The next is W, water. I'm a water drinker. I drink a lot of water, so it's not an issue. That's a third, water, but I need to drink more than 6 cups. 8 cups is better. 10 cups is better, because the more we have water in our body, it helps replenish, it helps remove the toxins in our body. So, and if you don't feel like drinking water, especially in wintertime, you can have a little bit of salt, pink salt, put it in your mouth, let it sit, and then once it's melted, and then you have the urge to drink water. So drink water. Half a cup every 30 minutes, or every hour, half a cup. So the third water, New Start, S, is sunshine. So if you don't go to bed early, you won't get the sunshine. So sunshine is very important. The vitamin D in the sun, it helps synthesize the oil in your skin, and your body will turn the oil in your skin. That helps produce, our body will help produce the natural vitamin D through the sun. So if you don't get that, and some people will just take supplements, which is not the same, so it's better to go outside in the sun. So whether it's cold or not, even if it's cloudy in the morning, you can still get some sunshine. Just go out there anyway, at least 20 to 30 minutes, and get some sunshine and do your walking and exercise. So nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight. T, temperance. Temperance, that goes with going to sleep early, going to bed early. Temperance, E, not eating a lot of sweets. Our body does not need sweets, artificial sugar, because ever since we were kids and baby, our mother's milk is already sweet, and then our parents give us dessert. So stay away from those processed dessert. There are a lot of source of sweet, natural glucose that we can get from fruits, and even carbohydrates, the rice and starch and potatoes, it has natural sugar. So we really don't need the regular sugar in our diet, in cakes and pastries and cookies. We don't really need those. And in drinks, people drink a lot of soda, people drink a lot of, I know, excuse me, but it's just the reality. Those drinks, those beverages that people like to drink, they are loaded with sugar. So it's better for you to just eat regular fruits. If you want to squeeze it, it's okay. So temperance in everything we do, that our habits, we need to have temper, not only in our sleeping, but in our eating. We don't need to eat every hour. It's snacking, it's not good for our stomach. We need to have our stomach resting in between, at least 4 or 5 hours, because our body needs to rest. And in between, our body needs to rest and our stomach needs to rest. So in between meals, just need to have a lot of water, pure water, not beverage. It's not the same. It's just pure water, clean water, as much as possible, non-fluoride and non-chlorinated water. Distilled water is the best water if you can find it. Spring water, even spring water, if there's pesticides and if there's other chemicals that are in the field. So you better have your water tested. So temperance in everything we do, our habits that are ruining our health. So have temperance in what we do, in what we eat, in our habits in staying up late, which I'm really guilty. Temperance in working a lot outside and not getting enough rest. Temperance. So nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight temperance. T is the A. A is air, fresh air. When you walk in the morning, you get some fresh air. But here in North America, in springtime, there's a lot of pollen, so you cannot air out your house. But in the Philippines, I like the fact that fresh air comes in and out. So that's the thing here in the US. People's homes are like well insulated, so you don't get enough fresh air. And because of the climate, it gets cold in the winter, and people have doors closed and windows closed, and they have this uh, central heat and cool, and all those pipes, the ducts that where the air comes in and out. It's a big ducts where it gets filtered, but it's not as easily as it's done. So there is filtration, but it's not the same as being outside, because outside air, it has natural ion, especially after rain or after snow or something like that. Outside air is still better because of the movement. It has natural filtration. But inside the house, there's moldy air, there's moldy room, it's smelly, especially if you live in a house with animals. So be careful of that, be aware of that. What you breathe in is going to affect your lungs, it's going to affect your heart, it's going to affect your brain and everything, your health. You'll feel sluggish. So I know I may be stepping on some toes, but I'm guilty because I have family members that like animals in the house. But I know it's to each its own. I'm not saying for you to change drastically, but the ideal way of living is having fresh air, clean air. And I'm guilty of that. That's why I keep complaining about our house, because we can't easily have it in and out, or close and open easily. But as much as possible, I want the air come in, especially at night, and when it's not too hot or too humid outside. So as long as your house is designed well enough that you can have air breeze air breeze comes in and out. It's not all Americans, by the way, because there are Amish people here in the US that they don't have central heat and cool, so they don't have the typical air conditioning that the typical Americans do, but they survive. So it's not an issue having living in a place where it's hot and humid and extra cold. There are people that don't have the regular central heat and cool. So if whatever happens to us, like if we get to move elsewhere, I would like to design our house that is not reliant on central heat and cool. Okay? And then next, nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, temperance, air, rest. Rest. I am guilty of rest. I do rest every once in a while. The rest at night, at least our body needs 8 hours of rest, 8 hours of sleep. And it calls also for resting from your work. During daytime, if you're outside sweating a lot, you need to rest. You come inside the house, get some rest. You don't have to be sleeping between, working. If you're a farmer, you can just sit down and rest and relax, get some water, do a little bit of reading. So rest is very important. And at night, our body is going to go through healing and detoxifying. So I know that's one thing that I'm really working hard on doing, to have 8 hours of sleep, not just 6, not just 7, but 8 hours, at least 8 hours of sleep. So nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, temperance, air, rest. The 8th is the trust in the divine power. So the 8th habit that I want to build more and more is the trust in the Lord, trust in the divine power. God is the source of wisdom and strength. T, the last one, the T is temperance. No, T is the trust in the divine power, because He is the source of everything. We have to have that relationship with Him. If we don't build that habit, if we are not in a habit of praying, if we are not in a habit of devotional and talking to Him throughout the day, whatever you do, whether you're cooking, whatever you're gardening, whatever you're exercising, if you don't have that constant relationship with the Lord, The rest of the habits are not gonna matter, because God is the source of our inspiration, and he should be the focus of our living. It's because, especially if you claim to be a Christian, we should be in a habit of, thinking about ourselves, or what we can do to take care of our body as the temple of God. Our body is his temple. So we need to be mindful. We need to be intentional in taking care of our body, not the principle that whatever I feel like doing, I will do it. It's my body, my choice. So, no, it's God's body. It should be his standard that we're going to follow. So that's all. That's what I want to follow this year, 2024, to live the 24, to live and to be intentional in working on these 8 habits. The 8 habits that's going to help me establish not only my relationship with the Lord, but my physical and spiritual aspect as well. So I hope it will be your goal too, not only this year, but in the many years that's coming up, 2025, 2026, until Jesus comes. Stay healthy.